Save the Semantics, episode 151. It is August 22nd, 2021. My name is Myro. This is the podcast where I ramble on for a bit about shit. That's usually that's about it. Yeah. I'm about to go into what is hopefully my last exam. If I'm able to get out of it, that'll be really nice. And I'll never have to think about it again. If I don't, it's alright. I've failed an exam before. It is what it is. It won't be the end of the world. But I just kind of need to. I just need to do it. I just need to kind of get this one out of the way. At least this, attempt. Hopefully my last attempt. But even if it isn't, I'll be fine with it. You know what I mean? But it would be nice to pass. I'm gonna go in like 10 minutes, but I just wanted to record for a little bit, and then I'll probably finish off this episode, like the second half of it, after I finish my exam. So yeah, if I have the energy, obviously, and if I feel like it. But yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. It's where I'm at is pretty nice. Weather's very, very nice. I was expecting it to be kind of muggy and a bit cool, which would have also been nice. I brought like a sweater and everything. I was kind of prepared for that type of weather, but yeah, nice out. I had some Greek food. I think it's Greek, right? Greek, Mediterranean, chicken over rice. Had some, what the hell is it called? The bread. I had some naan bread with it. I haven't finished it though. It's a huge plate, man. It's a lot of fucking food. Jesus Christ. So I'm pretty full, but I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good for the most part. Right now, at least. This week's been rough. I'm not gonna lie. This right now, I'm not relieved, or I'm not super, I'm not as relaxed as I want to be, because I have an exam, but, yeah, right now, at this particular moment, is probably, like, the best I've sort of felt recently. Like, this past week, man, I've, like, work has kind of started to pick up again, so I've been working and studying, just, so pretty much, like, 10-hour days for this entire past week, so that's been kind of rough. And my sleep schedule is kind of wonky because of that. And I haven't really, I've talked about it, pretty much. I think I talked about it last episode even, but I've been trying to be more diligent and just more consistent with my sleep schedule, but it just has, now that I'm working more, like, it's just kind of thrown me off, so I'm a little tired and everything, but hopefully I can adjust to it. I honestly sleep better, before, like, when work was kind of heavy with, like my, like, taxis and everything, like, it was a lot, I had like a more consistent sleep schedule than what I have right now, because I just cannot go to sleep for for the fuck of it. Like, yesterday, like, was like the first time in a while that I got like more than like 6 hours of sleep, I feel like, you know what I mean? So yeah, I've just been lacking in sleep, so I'm really trying to kind of catch up and stuff, and be more diligent about going to sleep on time and everything. And I really should, because I think that's gonna mess up like my day to day. It's just I hate how much of an effect it has on my overall day when I get like shit sleep. You know what I mean? It sucks. Like, it just sucks. I'm just cranky all day. Eventually I kind of get past that like hump, you know what I mean? But I shouldn't have like a morning hump because then you got the afternoon slump and then you got the fucking and you got the night dump. It's just it's a hump, slump, and a dump. You know, you can't have that every day. So yeah, I just gotta adjust, man. It is what it is. So yeah, been busy with that. So not a whole lot of time spent really thinking about much else. I mean, to be honest, like I think this last week or so, in terms of like my studying and stuff, has felt pretty unfocused. You know what I mean? Like I've put in the work beforehand for sure. I always do, but definitely not as focused as the other few exams. I think I'm just I'm like over it for sure. Um, and just a combination of that and also just being tired from work has just led me to not really put in as much of maybe an effort or conscientious effort to be like, okay, I'm gonna get these concepts down. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of this is probably the I'm making it sound like I'm like super unprepared. I'd say I'm like this is probably the least prepared that I've been for many of my exams because for one, it's taken me I've it's been I've taken the least amount of time to study for this. I've taken a month. Every other exam I've taken at least a month and a half, a couple months, so to give myself that time. And while this section of the exam is like the shortest, it has the least amount of content. Like it's still like there's still some pretty tricky concepts on there. So, I think I'll be fine. Like I said, I'm not like super stressed out right now. Like obviously I'm like a little worried and everything, but I've done this enough times to where I'm like, it's cool. I'll be all right. So, yeah. I think I'll be fine, regardless of what happens for this attempt. I'll be all right. So, I'm just happy that I'm kind of getting this out of the way, and I don't have to, at least I won't have to worry about this for a little bit, for a couple months. You know what I mean? So, and then I can focus on work and do other shit outside of studying, outside of work. Might be a little hard with everything, but I just I just, this is just, I want to do, I just want, I need time to relax because I really just haven't felt like I've been able to relax, like actually relax, you know what I mean? Even the times that I have spent outside of work and studying, I've just, it's been, just kind of been like anxiety ridden. So, I just need a little bit more of a downtime, I should say. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. After this exam, I'm just gonna try to enjoy myself. Really, maybe I'll play some games. I was playing. This is a little while back, but I was kind of playing like the post game content of Ys 8. And there's like a whole like second dungeon and everything, which is pretty cool. So I think I'm gonna try to finish that off. There's also Transistor, which I started playing also a while back. So yeah, I got stuff to catch up on. Shows again, not a whole lot going on in that realm. I've really just kind of been sticking to like YouTube. There's been a lot of good like commentary stuff that's been popping up in my recommended, so that's been cool. I like kind of I like watching and slash listening while also kind of like playing like Rocket League or Smash. Like I kind of just like I like doing that, having something to listen to while doing something, engaged in something a little mindless. You know what I mean? So that's sort of been my routine, more or less. But I think it just takes a bit for me to like engage with the show. I've just like, I don't have the same level of patience as I did before, and time too. You know what I mean? But I also don't have a whole lot of. I'm just not. I just need to be engaged. There's just too much. There's just too much shit out there, you know what I mean? So it's just YouTube and like Twitch and stuff. I've mentioned this so many times. There's just easy, easy in and out in terms of like content to watch, you know what I mean? You don't have to be super engaged to really, appreciate it. So yeah. I'm gonna hop in. I'm gonna get this over with. And then I'm gonna come back and finish this up. So wish me luck. All right, just got out of my exam. They took a minute to administer me, so I was in there for a bit. Got out a little later than expected, but yeah, we're done. Hopefully, felt all right. I'd say some parts some parts of the exam I felt pretty stumped. I just completely guessed. But I'd say for the most part I felt all right. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I'm always like I don't know. I never really know how I feel coming out of these exams. But yeah, now we're done with that shit for now. Again, for now. But I just want to enjoy at least this time. You know what I mean? Yeah. I just got some sparkling water because I'm like, my dumbass didn't bring any water, so I was just like super dehydrated that entire time. Um, so I was like, fuck, man. And I was like kind of hesitant. They had like a water cooler there, but I was just kind of hesitant to use it. I was like, I don't know about that, but yeah, we're done with that shit. And the weather right now is pretty perfect. I came out of the exam and I thought it was gonna be like I know it's still like summer and everything, but for some reason I kind of expected coming out of the exam. I thought it was gonna be like a lot like darker out, but no, it's it's really nice weather. So yeah, good way to kind of finish things off, I guess. It's gonna be, a bit of a rough. What's the word? It's gonna be a bit rough going in to this next week, just because I got, another week of work. Things are gonna pick up again, so I'm not really looking forward to that. But, I have. At least I don't have to study for, you know. At least I don't gotta study, so I have some, I can actually enjoy my, the time that I do have. So I'm looking forward to that. Um, yeah, I think. What am I gonna say? I think that out of this whole period, it's been about a year since, and obviously I can't. I'm just like I'm so hesitant to even say like, oh shit, I'm finally, because I'm not done. I don't know yet. I don't know if I passed, but I think I can kind of say it's been a year since I've started, about a year since I've started and gone through this whole process. Um, it's rough, man. It's a lot of work, especially like a year out of your life. You know what I mean? Um, I mean, you could really say that for any type of like degree or like certificate that you're going for. It's just a lot. It's a lot of work, man. It's just grinding it out. So yeah, I feel like I'm not. Um, I don't want to really take it for granted the amount of work that that I've put in, because I know that a lot of people like really struggle with this whole process, and it sucks, because it sucks. It's really shitty. And you have other obligations, obviously, with life and everything. So for the people that are able to kind of take advantage of, maybe say they're not working or anything, that's really good for them, and I was kind of able to do that up until I started work last year, you know what I mean? And so I was kind of glad I was able to do that. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm just like reflecting back on this entire process and just how much time it took, you know what I mean? But I mean, I think it'll be worth it. It'll give me a lot more, just like opportunities too, you know what I mean? Just like outside of, I don't know, whatever position that I'm working at currently. Like it'll give me a lot more range and shit to do other things if I wanted to, you know what I mean? Obviously, right now it's a little too early to even make those types of decisions, but I'm happy about where things are at for the most part in terms of, like my career and stuff. So hopefully I can kind of keep things moving in that direction. I wanted to talk about, what was it? I talked last week about that one TED Talk that I saw about time, right? I was just sort of saying how, I can make time out of things, but it's hard to do that, man. Like, obviously, like, if you have a priority and everything, you're gonna focus on that specific thing that you want to work on, but it's just like you don't. There's also just the energy that I lack. It's just like sometimes I'm just too tired to do anything that's worthwhile. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. I kind of man, I'm just like repeating shit from last time, but I really do want to kind of build like I don't know if build is the right word, but I just want to do more things in general, kind of how I used to, you know what I mean? I think obviously, work is going to take up the majority of my time and everything, but I still feel like I have, you know, I want to try to do stuff while I can before I get too invested in everything. So, I don't know exactly what, as always, I'm stumped for what exactly I want to do with my time creatively or anything like that. I'm going to continue to, maintain my, quote unquote workout regimen, which is like, just running, really, just cardio at the moment. But I just want to add more extracurricular stuff. I think it's hard. It's difficult. It's just, you don't, it's hard to kind of fit that all in. But I think, especially with this, these exams out of the way, I can kind of do other things too. I think I can I don't have to think about all that shit anymore, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I haven't really been, I started I did that one episode where I talked entirely in Japanese. I did one episode of that, and I kind of want to continue doing that. I just haven't, for one, I haven't really practiced at all, like my Japanese, to be completely honest. And I haven't really I've watched some, videos here and there about, some, just kind of other words that may not know of, Japanese words that I may not know of, but I just haven't, I just haven't had the chance to do it. I think I just have to kind of keep doing it. You know what I mean? I just think I just have to keep doing the thing so that, regardless of the quality of it, because it's gonna not be good. The quality's gonna be shit, right? Similar to this just kind of podcast. I mean, just like, it's just me, right? I just kind of have to keep like going at it, regardless of what the outcome is in that moment, right? I think it's just kind of just continuous like improvement or continuous just kind of work. I don't know. I don't know exactly. I'm tired, man. I'm fucking tired, and I'm just like I I'm looking forward to actually resting tonight and just kind of relaxing and shit and not really having to even think about it. I remember when I was in high school. Have I told this story? This might be incriminating, actually. I might tell this another time. I didn't do anything like illegal per se, but it's definitely frowned upon ethically, right? Morally. No, I was reading some threads on Reddit about people like burning their, study material and that sort of thing. Myself, for the most part, when it comes to like my school work, I had speaking in past tense, I had kept like a bunch of my, high school, just like everything leading up through high school, like, homework and shit. Like, it's just like, and then at a certain point, I think it was like last year, or maybe, it was like last year, like the last couple of years, I just got rid of it. I was just like, what am I gonna do with this? You know what I mean? Am I gonna show this to like the kids that I may or may not have? Like, it's like, or, future me? Like, am I gonna look at this and be like, oh wow, look at all this shit? It's a mess, right? Like, there's no real sense of having those things. I have like I still have journals from the past. Like that, those make sense. Like, I think those make sense to keep because those kind of, it puts you into the frame of mind that I was in at that particular time, however old I was, right? So, I think those kind of make sense to have, but homework, there's just no, like, I don't, like, obviously there's no utility to them. Like, you're not gonna fucking use algebra homework from when you were in 7th grade, right? Like, this is not a thing. I think some of the more creative stuff, maybe, like some of the things that I made when I was, like, actually made, or like wrote when I was a kid, those kind of make sense. I think those are just kind of fun to have around. But like homework and just I brought my notebook with me before I took the test. Like this kind of stuff, all the scratch paper that I used, I just don't think there's that much of a use. So maybe I won't burn it, just because shit's bad right now, like environmentally. So I'll just recycle it, I guess. I'm just gonna toss all of it out once I get my result in. Once I know for certain that I've passed and everything is in the clear, then I'm gonna just get rid of all of that. I'm gonna get rid of all of that at once, and it's gonna feel really nice because for one, it's not gonna take up space, and I won't have to look at it anymore. You know what I mean? So that's something to look forward to, right? Right? Like, that's for certain. That's something that's like a concrete thing that I can kind of look forward to. Just getting rid of all that crap, right? So yeah, that's those are the goals that I have set for myself. Just throwing away all the unnecessary paperwork that I've used throughout this process. So yeah, that's going to do it for today and this episode. This has been Save the Semantics, signing off.